Welcome back to Cooking with Ghost. Guest stars, Som and Kyuki. No, it's actually the Hollowworld podcast. Welcome, everybody. Sorry about that. Minor technical difficulties. From the true host of the show, which is, of course, the almighty Rue. I am the ego host, Ghost, with the most. Co-host, ego host. Co-host,
Never mind.
Nike, Nia, or Niek, whatever you want to call her. You know who she is.
I have lots of names.
Nikki, Vicky.
The one that keeps talking is Somnastra.
No.
She's kind of the owner of the server.
Where?
Maybe. And hiding in the adorable shadows is Kyuki.
Who was our December Player of the Month.
Very well deserved. Congratulations, Kyuki, for that. I will keep messing up your name throughout this podcast.
Bravo!
Now,
Bravo!
It's literally just Cookie, but with a Spanish accent.
Kyuki.
Cookie. Well, then I'll just be offensive. Some might stick with Cookie. This is how the new podcasts are going to work. Sadly, Ice is no longer the host, even though he was truly the host with the most. There are a lot of hosts around here today, and the way the new podcasts are going to work, we've got a small segment at the beginning for server news, the latest, what's grabbed your attention. If you've missed it, Nike can fill you in on it. RP segment, which is where we talk about tips and tricks to help the common player out with RPing. Sometimes people struggle through no fault of their own. It might be new to them. We're just here to help them out. After that, we can ask our lovely guests some personal questions that they will definitely not mind answering one bit because they've signed a waiver. We will go on to a little quiz section. Might change every week. And finally, we will open up questions to the server. We have some accounts server side at the moment ready for your questions. I will keep the quiz section a secret until we get there. So why don't we move on to the news with Nike? What's it looking like down there?
Well, we have a lot of news, Mr. Anchorman. So for those of you who don't know, we actually have had a lore review released. Cherry or Phelan did a lovely little post talking about everything that was added in the last year and some things to look for in the upcoming 6 months. And one thing that was actually revealed was Dragon Lore, which leads into the next bit of news, that there's actually an artwork competition for anybody who does a lot of digital art. So if you want to try to draw some ancient worms for the Dragon Lore, check out that post. We've also had a King's Law update.
A lot of great artists, just wanted to say that.
We have so many, they should just draw all the time.
True.
But we also have King's Law update, so that's pretty cool. Make sure that you've got that read up on. And an active region destruction update. A lot of people were debating that recently, so that new content is out. If you want to check out the new post, it's on the announcement page. Yes. We also have some new staff members. We have Paint, who has come on to the staff member, and Trilogy has come back, and I've actually been, me, am now the media coordinator, so that's a thing.
Woohoo!
Congratulations
Woo!
to Nike.
Yeah, and then we've actually got some player news too. So instead of the Harlotsville Thieves Guild, we actually have a new player coming up, or a new group coming up called the Dog Thieves Guild. So keep an eye out for them. The King of Anhold, Peter Hallen's actually taken a wife, so congrats to Elaine in the RP world. There's also an Adventurers Guild if you're interested. And also, as always, check out the event page to check out the upcoming events.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm sorry, player base, that Nike gave you that terribly tragic news so quickly and brushed past it. It was very brave of her, but Paint is indeed staff now. We were all just going to have to find a way to live with that. Paint, I know you're listening. Love you, man. Thank you for the news. On to the RP segment. Again,
Dun,
this
dun,
is
dun,
where we...
dun.
So,
What?
I might just bring you back for that every time.
Just for sound effects.
Just for
now
that
it's time for
particular...
transition.
Just for that particular sound effect, and then I'd probably kick you out of the channel.
Oh.
So, well, then Nike will kick me because
Just a
you
lot
gotta
of
keep me in
kicks.
line.
Kicks all around.
Kicks all around, exactly. RP segment. Today we're going to be talking about character profiles.
Mm-hmm.
When you you throw me off a little bit when you come in with the
I'm sorry.
When you... Don't worry, it's been a rocky start. Let's just keep it rocky. When you're creating a new character, the first thing you may consider to do is create a character profile. It's not necessary. I have done this in the past when you can just find a skin, put it on your account, put a name to your character, just send them off into the world. But if people do want to learn more about the character that you do not mind spoiling, a character profile is a good place to go to find out some information. So we're going to open it up to our 3 attendees on this podcast and see what we come up with when creating a character profile. So, Nike, what do you think you'd start with?
To start with on a character profile, we actually have a lot of templates to look up if you want to browse the character profile section. Good place to start.
Cherry's template is legendary. It's been around for a long time, and I know a lot of people use it because I personally use it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever wondering, actually, that's a good point. Character profiles are a good way to create a character in the first place. If you have a vague person in mind, it's good to look at a template and see all the subheadings, see how they would fit into each like, dislike, fear, what they'd look like. You could go browsing on Google for some images if you'd like. Just credit some artists, please. And that would be a good way to start it off. So
yeah, I was just gonna say that I use kind of a modified version of Cherry's template, and I haven't touched it in forever. I have recently wanted to go back and give Som's character profile a bit of a revamp, and I was totally gonna steal Nikki's template because she's got a really nice profile. So I think she should talk about it for a little while because, yeah.
Yes, because
Talk about the profile?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm pulling up your template right now.
What you do quite well, Nike, is you balance between images and text.
Really do.
You started off with an image, good way of visualizing the character. Fill out the necessary part, and you put another one in, another one, maybe a GIF. It looks pretty swell. If you didn't realize.
I like swell profiles.
So do I.
I always like profiles that have pretty good colors as well. Sometimes if people get font colors that are too light, it's really, really hard to be able to read that. So.
And the defaults, I say this having control over most of the defaults, the default text color of the forums is really kind of just blah and not really very vivid.
No, it sometimes it can be a little blurry as opposed to other text you can choose.
Yeah, just kind of blends.
I've seen people edit in fonts, which is very clever. Mm-hmm. Taking a picture and putting them in. That's quite a bit of work. If you wanted to
got like
really
3 or 4 characters.
Yeah, what do you think makes a good character profile?
Actually, let's hone the question in a bit. Kiki, what would you look for first when you look at a character profile?
Usually I would go for how the character looks and how the personality fits with how the character would portray it.
Okay.
So if anything, it would be mostly the personality and where they would fall in like race with lore and whatnot.
So like first impressions, which is an excellent place to start, really.
Yeah, funnily enough, if the player is okay with it, you can find a lot at a character profile. Maybe somebody's walking around with a skin, with hair covering their ears. you're thinking, not sure what they are, human or elf, just check the character profile.
Tom does that.
Bless you? With a very
I
large
was just
question
saying
mark.
that Som did that for a long time, mostly because
Ah.
when I first came back at the beginning of 2014, I I was really grumpy about the way that they'd changed half elves, because half elves are almost a default character for those of us who like playing fantasy role-playing games. And so I was just like, fine, I don't really want to make a decision as to whether she's human or elf right now, so I'm gonna just cover her ears and nobody knows. Ta-da!
Cover her ears, cover the profile.
Yeah, and it made
Clever.
it sort of easy for me to figure out what she was on my own.
And I suppose the more people RP'd with your character, the more they found out.
The more I found out that yeah.
She's very much an elf.
Mm-hmm.
100% born and bred.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can keep something secret. You don't have to divulge everything. As Nike keeps telling me, my question marks on Alistair's profile are highly annoying.
So one of the things that is always really hard to deal with character profiles is, what do you put on them? Like, what do you keep secret? What can you expect anything on your profile to be stuff that's known in character? Like, if you've got a big secret for your character, how do you allude to that in your character profile? And I know that some people are a lot better about keeping up their relations section than I am.
That was something I was going to move on to, but please continue.
But, that can also be metagame. So how do others, because me, I just don't update at all,
Well, people keep telling me I'm a staff member, so I'm going to say metagaming is highly frowned upon. Please do not use character profiles
People
to
keep
metagame.
telling me you're a staff member.
Har.
No, but like, what do you guys sort of keep off of your profiles?
Sometimes it is something to do with the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Say you want to encourage people to RP with your character and find out these details that make up what they are today. It might just be as simple as backstory : question mark, question mark, question mark. Then you ask the person and they say, my village burned down. I was the only survivor. Sad face. It's you kind of got to gamble on that one. Point is, you have to keep secret what will make RPing the character more fun, really.
Right.
If you want to keep things secret, then go around keeping secrets. Be shady, be shifty, be whatever you want to be, really. Or you can just say everything on the character profile. Be an open book. Of course, that doesn't mean people know it in game. It's just something that people can pass the time with curiosity. Well, what I was going to say... Oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was going to move on to the relations. It's a common trend that you put your relations in another post. When it comes to creating a character profile, people often actually leave freshly made character profiles for, say, 10, 20 minutes, while people reserve 2 or 3 posts afterwards, because they could be used for various reasons, one of which being popularly putting the relations list on. And the relations list is Kyuki?
It's pretty much who the character interacts with and what they think of the person. It could be as brief as one word, or full-on sentences, or full-on thoughts.
For the edgier characters, it could be an empty relations, or maybe they're just new.
or they have somebody who's awful at updating relations. Like,
And there's also the option of not even doing the blurb and just listing their name in a category list too.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely fine as well.
that's the way that I do it for Som. She's got the loved, trusted, befriended, the basic categories, and then I've got folks listed underneath them. A lot of them are dead. I just went back and I looked at them. There were a lot of dead people on that list.
There's a few. You might need to update that.
Maybe.
And another thing I've noticed is that sometimes people label them without actually using a category, but they use a color,
Right.
where they use the meaning of the color to signify where the character stands.
Yeah, and a lot of times
Very
when they'll
useful
do
too.
that, they'll put little blurbs afterwards, like this is what I think of so and so, and by I mean their character I, not the player I.
Yeah. At one extreme, it could be hated in red font. Could name the character and then go through the description of why the character feels that way. Now I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, in this chat, not on the server, people reserve posts for relations specifically because people often revisit profiles to see relations. So it's a good way of finding relations without scrolling through the initial first post.
Quite true.
Well, you're still gonna have to scroll through that initial first post, unless you link directly to the relations. But yeah, when you go back to edit it, it makes it easier because it's right at the top of your second post.
Exactly. It's somewhere where you remember it is, somewhere where people will remember it is. Second post, third post. It's just more memorable. Of course, some people reserve posts for artwork, which is a wonderful idea. As we said, there's a lot of good artists on Hollowworld, and sometimes they can draw your character. Maybe you draw your character and you want someplace to put it that doesn't fit with your layout of your template. A reserved post is good for that. You can just file it under there, and it's a good place for people to look that just want to see what your how people see your character. I swear, for Cloud, I love it when people see him in different ways. Polo, in particular, I loved his artwork of Cloud. If you haven't seen it, I'd say it's the most medieval look Cloud has had, and it's very hard to get the right look, but he pulled it off. So
Now I
personally,
have
Polo
to
is
go
a great
hunt down
artist.
your character profile. I was
You
just
may
boggling
just-
all of Niek's artwork. She has quite a lot of L's artwork.
Which
Yeah.
profile are you looking at?
I was looking at Naya Kane.
Oh
Now I
goodness,
go
so
look
much
at
art.
Cloud. I don't even. Does Cloud? Is it? I don't. There is a user named Cloud.
There is. He's a 2012er, and he stayed a 2012er, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, you can get artwork through many ways. You can find it, you can draw it yourself, you can ask people on the server to draw it, you can commission people on DeviantArt to draw you something and then put it on there. It's just something that people like to do for their character profiles.
Yeah,
So people can get a better idea.
Generally considered polite not to pester people for artwork, but if they open up commissions or something, or they say, hey, I'm looking for suggestions on what to draw, stuff like
Absolutely.
that. One thing that I always like doing is when people open it up or people ask me, hey, I'm trying to figure out what to draw, what should I draw? I like to find somebody who's either online at the same time or maybe doesn't have a whole lot of artwork. And then I'll ask, or just generally needs a pick-me-up, and then I'll ask whoever it is, hey, can you draw so-and-so's character?
That is a very generous way of going about it.
Yeah, I like seeing artwork. What can
Of course.
I say?
This is the cooking show with Ghost, not artwork with Ghost. That's on it's on at a different time. Kyuki, is there anything you think we haven't covered?
Not really sure. There's
Kyuki.
people that also reserve for music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course, music. Music, it's differs for the reasons why people include whatever music they include. Sometimes it's simply a theme song for the character to go behind. Sometimes the lyrics relate to what the character's been through or they're going to be through. People can be very clever with the songs they pick, and sometimes they just take music videos right off other people's profiles. Nike.
No, nope, not me.
No. Must be thinking of a different Nike. No, but Nike, what do you think of music on people's profiles?
I think it's fine to. I mean, I say I think it's fine when I have a profile with an entire music post. But it's just a nice way to kind of associate certain moments in RP or certain vibes about the character. And it's just something to do when you're really bored and updating profiles all the time, like I do.
Nike is our resident forum stalker. This is why she is on the news.
Mm-hmm. And she does absolutely fantastic posts.
Exactly. So, do you feel that that covered character profiles adequately, or is there something else you'd like to mention?
Yeah, no. Or we could talk about the way that people title them, because I know that there was actually some controversy there for a while, where people are like, will people stop putting the such and such?
There was?
Yeah, there were some people who did not like not putting the character's name as the title of the profile thread.
Of course.
Which
I know Misha's characters. They all follow this similar trend.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just saying the name outright, she chooses something that embodies them.
I think that is a perfectly valid choice to make. I do think that there is a valid point that, you know, when you do that, it does make it harder to find. Because if somebody's like, oh, I know this character's name, I know their in-game name, but I don't know what their forum name is, it makes it a little bit harder to find the
one
character.
really interesting thing about that is there's actually been a trend of having a post with all of your characters listed, and that's another way to kind of deal with that as well. Is if you have all your characters in one spot, you can kind of sort through the adjective sort of title names. So that's a thing I'm a fan of, is having that big list.
This is for people with multiple character profiles, though. So that means they've already done a successful one and have moved on to another one.
Yeah.
And this is really for people.
I think that if I had a post like that, I would lose it. I have all of my my characters, so I've only got 2 really. I need to add a third one because I've got a project I need to do, and I've got the Rangers. I've got those linked in my signature on the forums because otherwise I'm gonna lose them.
Oh yeah.
I will have no idea where they are.
Often people do link character profiles in their signatures, which is a good way for people to navigate very quickly. They just click on the hopefully obvious link within their signature straight to the character profile. And when you mentioned controversy over character profiles, I thought you were referring to Tempe. Sometimes
what did he do?
Sometimes the staff like to have a bit of fun. Presumably me getting the ball rolling.
The lonely
and
oak,
when
was
you
it?
see, yes, Lord Ilthilior, his second name, which I'm not going to try and pronounce, and it was the Lonely Elf, and we changed it to the Lovely Elf because we believe that embodied his character more than the Lonely Elf. But then he changed to the Lonely.
Wasn't it the Lovely Elm? Like
yes,
the elm tree.
It was
further
the Lovely Elm
changed
for a while.
to Lovely Elm, and people started second guessing it, like it had been there the whole time.
Lots of shenanigans.
Lots of shenanigans, and I'm sure Tempe loves me all the more for that.
Yes.
Lovely. I'm sure it's still the lovely elm if you look at it now. But having reminded him of it, he's probably changed it.
Yeah, it's the lonely elf now.
Ah. Well, I know what I'm doing right after this podcast. So, music, artwork, the templates can help you out when you're setting out the character profile or creating the character. Lots and lots of, well, not lots and lots, the appropriate number of images for your character and a suitable title.
Yeah, I think that it all boils down to the fact that, yeah, you are sort of using this to present your character to the community, but you should also use it for your own purposes. So I know that a lot of people use their character profile to keep track of things that their character knows, or to keep track of things that inspire them or remind them of the character, so that when they're role-playing the character, they can go to that thread and listen to the music and sort of get in the zone that they need to be for that particular roleplay. And it's, yeah, we don't require any particular format.
It can work the other way as well. You could be talking to Daisy McHappiness and then go onto her character profile and be linked to Slipknot. So, yeah, it can work both ways.
Daisy McHappiness?
Daisy McHappiness, my
For a
future
second
character.
there, I thought you were talking about Ray K's character Daisy, and I was like,
No.
she is very happy. And I was like, she has Slipknot on her profile, but no, you were being
an unfortunate / very fortunate coincidence. Oh, I apologize,
not Ray K's
Daisy.
character profile that you're talking about.
Yeah. Sometimes the music fits the character you are presented, but don't forget, if you're presented with a happy character and you go to their profile and they appear to be a little bit more angsty than usual, that might just be because they might be hiding their true feelings. It doesn't have to always match up. It's all about roleplay, really, and how you do it. But this episode is for character profiles. And does everybody feel we have covered that?
I think so.
I think we're good. Oh my goodness, I just found all of the wood puns.
I'm sorry?
On Ilthilior's character profile, there was a series of wood puns.
That makes more sense with context. Thank you, dear Lord Context. Gotta love you.
These are great.
Please, server, I recommend you check out Ilthilior's profile. It's a bundle of fun. Moving swiftly on, away from Illy, to the quiz part of the show. Now, I've kept this secret from our audience. I have not kept this secret from the people in the podcast. We are going to be playing 20 questions. Somnastra and Kuki are going to be our contestants, and they will not know who the person is, and they will have 20 questions to be able to figure out who it is that they are. Of course, these people are from Hollowworld, so that's your first huge clue. Of course, it would be Hollowworld themed. So,
who is going first?
Kuki, as you are the player of the month, you get to decide if you go first or you go second.
Oh God. I can go first if you want.
Just
Kuki
like, oh God, just get this over
first.
Wait, what?
Kuki is up first.
Yeah,
There you go.
my...
It has been decided. So, Kuki, please mute your headphones and mic. Kuki has been muted. So, the character that Kuki is trying to guess is William. William from the North. Nike, could you try and say his second name, please? Because I'm not attempting it.
Eldsvarti.
Thank you.
Eldsvart?
That'll do. I'm gonna poke.
Yes.
Everybody knows it is William Eldsvart.
I have navigated to the page. The page of the
Okay.
profile that we were just talking about.
The-
Except I gotta go to the first page, not the 6th page.
Of course.
And I found walruses.
I'm sorry.
Are we ready to tell Kuki to unmute?
I am going
Yes.
to poke Kyuki now.
Okay.
We all know who the character is, but she does not. I had caps lock on, so that's a very weird message. Welcome back, Kyuki. Everybody knows your
Hello.
character except for you. You have 20 questions to figure out who it is. And they have to be yes-no questions, of course. So, when you're ready, ask your first question.
Okay. Am I a boy or a girl?
I think it has to be yes or no questions.
Yeah.
Has to
Yes
be
or
a
no.
yes or no question.
Oh, well, whoops.
Yes.
But,
Forgot.
but that one's a binary answer anyway, so I think we can go ahead and say a boy.
I was just going to say yes. Yeah. You are male.
Am I an elf?
No.
Am I a halfling?
No.
Am I a human?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
A little bit.
Do I have dark hair?
Yep.
I'd say so.
Do I have blue eyes?
I don't know.
I believe so.
Hold on, let me check.
Now,
We really should be more prepared for this.
of all the things
Yep. Why in the spoilers on this page?
dumped
They're bad.
by the
Yes. Yes. Blue eyes.
I thought so. I thought so. You are a blue-eyed, dark-haired human male. Does that narrow it down?
Oh, I have
I'm not sure.
I have been given a clarification.
Not really.
It is ocean blue.
Oh dear. So his eyes are boring blue. Let's continue.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ow.
Well, that's rough. Am I
Right.
taller than 6 feet?
I don't think so. Not according to this height chart.
Nope.
You are definitely not. And feel free to rub that in.
Oh, I'm being fed the answers now. So no, not higher than 6 feet, taller than 6 feet. Although there will definitely be a bit of a delay because I think that there's a bit of a delay on the stream.
Please continue with your questions.
Do I have a beard?
Now,
Indeed.
I believe
At least in this picture.
changing up the rules a bit.
Oh,
We've given the clue that obviously the person is from Hollowworld.
Mm-hmm.
Do we allow 20 questions, or do we allow 10?
Why would you limit it to 10?
That's a very large clue.
I
Let's
think
stick-
that
let's
there are
stick
a
to
lot of
20.
characters in Hollowworld.
Let's stick to 20.
Okay.
Am I a blacksmith?
I don't believe so. No.
I don't think so.
All right, well, this is very difficult.
Handy with something. I'm trying to find.
By the
I
way,
seem to remember some kind of craft.
Kyuki.
oh, the response is
I-
God no.
Kyuki, I assure you, you know this character. This is not just an unknown character we've plucked from the depths of nowhere.
Matter of fact, I'm probably going to be RPing with this character tonight.
William Eldsvart.
Ta-da!
She's got it.
Huzzah!
Is it because Paint was going, psst, it's me?
No, I kind of felt it might have been.
Yeah.
It's probably the God no.
Congratulations, QQ. I believe that was. Oof. I'm not sure if we should count up the clues given as well as the questions.
Nah, I think that did you keep track of the questions? Because I didn't.
Vaguely.
All right, cool. I do have to say that the photo that Paint has on William's character profile is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It's pretty ballin'.
Yeah. Does that mean it's my turn?
I'm afraid, is your turn.
All right.
Please.
Muting.
Mute your headphones and mic. Oh, well, now we can just say whatever we want about Sam. Any starters? No, I'm joking. Sam's character is Celis. Celis, the god of books and all things boring.
Is that how you say that?
I say Celis.
I learned more things today.
Go
I
ahead.
said Silas.
Silas. Nah, Celis. Silas. Stylus.
Silas, it depends.
All right, so are you ready to bring Sam back?
I think we are. I'll give her a vote.
I return.
Welcome back.
So I'm thinking that in order to fortify myself for these questions, I need to pour another glass of wine.
Excuse me, Sam. This podcast is for all ages. The R-rated podcast comes out later. Please refrain.
There is nothing in any rating system that says that alcohol cannot be mentioned.
Well, on my podcast it does. Rue, you're the magical editor. Can you please edit in Fruit Shoot over Sam saying that earlier? Thank you very much. She needs to get another delicious glass of Fruit Shoot.
Fruit Shoot?
Fruit.
Anyways, I got my grape juice. Let's go.
Well, we're waiting on you. You are the question.
Right. Same stipulation, I'm assuming. So, is it a guy?
Yes. You'll know why I said it in such a manner later.
Is it Sankara?
Oh, wow. What?
Well, that was fast.
Oh my god, I can't believe you got it. Congratulations.
The way that you answered, I'm like,
It is not Sankara. That counts as a guess. I was joking. How dare you?
Dang it.
Is it a heretic? Yes. Are you sure it's not Sankara? Sam, please.
So,
2 questions. I should count that as a loss.
Very... Yeah, let's go with that. Sort of standard religiously oriented?
Yes. This person is standardly religiously oriented.
Are they combative?
No.
Oh.
They're very combative.
Oh. Are they nobility?
So, yeah, before you say gender bent Lannis character, I'm going to have to stop you right there. Are they nobility? They are not nobility. Nike, every time I say something uncertain, please jump in and correct me.
Okay.
If I need correcting.
Is
Thank you, co-host.
Somebody that the character Somnastra has met?
Yes. Is that 4? Is that 5?
I don't know.
5, I think.
Thank you.
Do they have light hair?
No.
No. We really can answer only yes or no questions, can't we? That's a shame.
Wait, was that a no to dark hair?
That was
the
a
memory
no
of a
Correct.
goldfish.
to dark hair.
No, it was a no
it
to
was
light hair.
No to light hair.
Ah, yep, memory of a goldfish.
Did you just fight a goldfish in one-on-one combat?
No.
Ha!
All right, so dark-haired, not really a combat-oriented character.
Somnastra has met them.
Is it? It's not Dater, is it?
No, it is not Data.
Okay.
That's number 7 for you.
Yep.
So we've gone from Sankara
fine. Let's
to
see,
Data.
what is? Trying to think of who all Som has met that has dark hair. I mean, obviously everybody has dark hair. Okay, all right. Do they have a recessive eye color? So that's going to be green, gray, blue.
Let us
Yes.
look.
Hesitant?
No, I'm pretty sure on this one.
Yeah, recessive eye color.
And they're not nobility. Som has met them. Dark hair. Does she know them very well? Or him?
You know,
very
I'd say
well?
so. I'd say so.
Let's see. I don't remember. All right. So I have like a couple people that it could probably be.
Well, you're on to 9 questions, I believe.
It's not said because he's calls himself nobility. Well,
Is that a question? Or?
He's pretty much nobility. No, this is me thinking out loud because that's
see.
far more interesting than me going,
I don't know. With the right comic timing, you might be able to pull it off.
Is this character dead? You sound very pained.
Yeah. You'll know why.
No.
No, the character is not dead.
Oh, dang. I don't
either.
I don't know who it could be.
I can't even.
Are you laughing as much as I am, Ghosty?
Oh yes.
Is it? Okay, so dark hair.
I think Kyuki was far too good. This is a much better round.
Is it?
Yeah, Kyuki, 1,000 points for getting it right. Minus 50 points.
Yeah,
minus 50 points for being too good.
Let's see. So it could be one of the Rangers. It could be Glenn. It could be Jaden. It could be any of those folks. Could be somebody from Som's past, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
She does have a lot of past, by the way.
Did you pick somebody from Som's past, like the Wayback Machine?
If she said hi to Data in the evening, went to sleep, and then woke up, Data would be in her past.
No, that's not what I mean.
That's what I'm saying, though. Everybody
I know.
Prior is in her past.
Dang it. Have I RP'd with this person recently?
No.
Okay. That
Doesn't narrow it down.
does not narrow it down.
This is great.
This
Why
is
are you
fantastic.
laughing?
You'll see why.
A guy with dark hair that's not nobility. What? How many questions am I on?
I think you're on 10, 11.
Okay.
Nike, can I get a double check on that question?
Dark hair.
I thought it was like 11 or 12.
Right,
It's
12 it is.
not somebody that I've RP'd with recently. Of course, how are you defining recently?
Trust me, you haven't RP'd with them recently.
Uh-huh. Is this the character of a player who has left or who has abandoned the character? You don't have to say
That's
which
not
one.
a yes. That's not a yes or no question, Sam.
It is a yes or no question.
That was 2 questions.
It is a logical or that I mean, sir. If either one of those 2 things is true, the answer is yes. If neither of those things is true, the answer is no.
It's a very... Nike, are you still laughing over there?
Yep.
So I'm nervously laughing over here.
No.
That question has multiple answers, is what I'm saying.
Wait. Is it somebody who has passed from player to player?
Is that
How
an
many
official
Yes.
question?
How close am I to just giving up and you guys telling me who
You
it is?
could have given up at question 1. Wouldn't be much
Yo.
sport in it, but
Yo.
I said yes to the character being passed, by the way. If that was a question. And it is now counted as a question.
Passed from player to player?
Passed from player to player.
Huh. That, I think, narrows it down.
I hope so.
But I don't know who it... Is it somebody on my character profile relations?
I'd have to check.
Go check.
I will check.
Go check! Is it Sankara?
It's still not Sankara.
I was kidding!
The answer to that question is no.
Yep.
What is this? Question 15? I don't know.
I think this is question 15 or 16.
I can't think. Wait.
I can't think wait either.
Is it a character that I think is a girl?
No.
What? I had to check because I'm like, I can't think of any guy characters that have been passed from between multiple people.
QP, are you entertained as well?
I don't even think we have to ask that to the server.
Everybody's laughing. So I'm
just
going
staying in
to
my
say
corner.
that I have no idea.
You are going to forfeit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
forfeit because I can't think of a guy character who has been passed from player to player.
No.
I'm just gonna say that the hair question may have messed you up a little bit.
It threw you off a lot. If you want to give it another go.
I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't matter what color hair they have.
What? Is that a question?
I'm thinking, nope, it doesn't matter what color hair they have. I can't think of a single guy character who's been passed from player to player that I know of. Unless...
Well, I'm just about to announce Kyuki as the victor, but Somnastra keeps jumping back into the ring.
I'm just gonna go with no. I think I'm done. I give up.
Kyuki, congratulations. You win the imaginary Ferrari. It'll be arriving in your dreams.
Vroom vroom.
Brum Brum.
Okay, no, but tell me who it was.
It was Silas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yep.
You
A
people are
character
merciless.
that has no hair, with blue eyes, and that has been passed from player to player. And is, when you said, is he dead? I went, that's an interesting question. If people have been paying attention to what the gods have been up to recently.
Y'all suck.
I think that was a very
Were they mildly
challenging-
religious? Question really got me.
Yeah, they're pretty mildly religious.
Yeah, that'd get me too.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Kiki, again.
You win.
That was our quiz segment, and we move on to now, because I've just seen the time, we move on to the final portion of the podcast, the Q&A. And the Q&A is for the server. So everybody tuning in, I'm going to give it 30 seconds because of the delay. Please post questions in the
Or
OOC
send it to
chat.
us on Skype, because I think
Or
we're all
send
on
it
Skype.
to us. Or send
You
it to us on Skype
You could
if you
send
have
it
our
to
Skype.
me or to Naya or to Ghost. You could send it to Kuki too if you'd like. I'm
It's,
sure that she'll.
It's not planning to be a very long segment of the show. Just
Yep.
I think you're just tempting Paint to spam me now.
He would.
Paint's gonna, yeah.
So while we're waiting for questions, what other games are you guys playing right now?
I am playing XCOM because XCOM 2 is coming out recently, and I haven't played the first, so I thought I'd go back and play it.
I got a question from Paint.
Oh, really? That was quick. Great.
And his question is, can you confirm or deny the existence of shadow admins? If so, how do I know if I am a shadow admin? Well, Paint, you're pretty much out in the open as a staff member, so you're not a shadow admin.
I'm just gonna say this: they're called Shadmins. I would like them to have
That
their
makes
proper
me
name.
think of like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
What? I'm not sure what you.
The guys
What?
in the Bible who go into the oven, the furnace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It's not important. It's fine.
Okay, fine. Shadmins do not exist. I will fight anybody that says they do. By the way, they absolutely do. Shadow admins, if you're out there, it's fine. They do not
changing
exist.
people's profile titles to shadow admin.
We've got a question from Rex, moving swiftly on from the Shadmins. Can you eat a double sunny side up egg, ham and cheese toasted sandwich while doing a handstand?
I can't, but that sounds delicious.
Only on Thursdays.
Only on Thursdays is Nike's response. Kuki, can you do that?
I can barely hold myself up in bed. I'm
That's
that
a
lazy.
good answer. I would give it a go, but mostly it will just end up with egg on my face and
Isn't that
mostly
a euphemism
sadness.
for something? Like, isn't
Having egg
that
on your face?
saying that you screwed up and you look bad, isn't that?
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen if I tried that. But I try it for Frost. He knows that. Yeah. And hang on a second. Oh, of course. Got a question for Paint.
Another one. Oh dear.
Sorry for that. That was technical difficulties. Anyway, do you support the building of ice penguin roads being made into the lore of the server between Mirneth
All right.
and Stormhold?
All right. I have to give background to this question.
No, you don't.
Yeah, yes,
Just leave
I do.
it at that.
We have a staff Skype chat, and Paint has been asking Cherry if he can build an ice road between Stormhold and Mirneth. And I'm like, ice road truckers? What?
Now, Most important thing to consider is
Did-
Rue says yes, so he's overmined us on this one.
This has been going on since I made Fior, and he was welcomed into the Norvaden.
Okay, I do support the building of ice penguin roads, and I do support the sudden climate change that will melt them. I can move on from that. Nike, what do you think?
I'd support that. I'd get behind that idea.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of ice roads, but I can't stop thinking of ice road truckers.
And I like the idea of building paint streams up only to crush them later. Yep.
That's rough.
Well, I have far too much power. 3, yeah.
Now Paint has basically said, I have
Wow.
people on my side.
And subsequently, that I sound like his mother. Wow.
Any other questions?
Looks
Kiki,
like we
do
have
you
one
have-
on the
Rue,
Twitch page.
there is a question on the Twitch page.
Ooh.
How dare you, Archbishop? I said OOC chat and some said Skype. What is this Twitch? Bafflery, what is this witchcraft? Yes. And we can't be looking at Twitch currently because then we just keep hearing ourselves over and over again. Even though that's something I'd be interested in.
I've been watching. So, can God make a burrito so big that even he can't eat it?
Yes. Next question.
Well, there we have it.
Yes.
Omnipotence versus omnipotence?
I
Rue
would
bringing
say
his logic in here, you could just mute Twitch.
if he could build a burrito that is bigger than he could eat it, he could get rid of those bugs that do nasty things in the Amazon rainforest.
Now
That's
I'm
all I'm saying.
hungry.
For bugs?
No, for burritos.
Oh, okay. I hope it wasn't bugs.
Burritos.
We'll be taking one more question.
Uno más.
Wait, does that mean one more question? No, it doesn't.
No, I mean one
What am
more.
I-
Right?
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, that's one more in Spanish.
Thank you, Kuki.
Yay!
Kuki, our
We
resident
have someone
translator.
who is multilingual in here.
Everybody else is multilingual where I am currently. It's kind of odd.
If nobody has a question for us. Nope, never mind. I do not have a question. I just couldn't think of how to word it. So I will save it. So does that mean that it's I'm going to assume that nobody is receiving any questions. I have one
not
from Paint,
received...
but it's basically it's asking about Donald Trump.
Well,
Oh my.
And
is it entirely ridiculous?
it's something about mud wrestling.
Would you like to send it to me so that I can say it, so that the heat is on me and not the owner of the server? Oh, Rue, I'm not saying that. That's just rude.
Last question, but I agree, Rue.
Last question. If Donald Trump was to enter a wrestling mud ring with me, so I'm guessing Paint.
Yep.
Who do you think will win?
I'm just going to put this out there, but Donald
depends.
Trump does seem to be a professional mudslinger, so you'd have your hands full.
It depends who the assassin shoots first. That the assassin is me. Yes, I'd be shooting Paint. Donald Trump would win.
Oh dear.
This went places.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did.
This escalated quickly.
I just want Paint to know how much I love him.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, sad trumpet. Sorry, just made myself laugh at my own joke. That will round up the podcast for today. thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you to Som for joining us again, I believe. This is your second podcast.
Yes, and technically it's your second, unless you did one while I wasn't looking.
Third podcast, but thank you.
All right.
Kyuki, thank you for joining us.
It was really fun.
I do hope so. And no thank you to Nike because she is contracted to be here. So I do not need to thank her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, thank you to
I'm
Nike,
going to
my
thank her
co-host.
because she's doing an excellent job so far as media coordinator. So thank you, Nikki. Vicky,
Thank you, Nike.
Maya, Niek.
Nikki,
Nike.
Vicky, it's all of it.
Nike. And thank you to the almighty Rue for recording, streaming, and editing.
Who I don't know if
He is a wizard.
everybody realizes how much Rue does. Like he does.
He is the true
the
host.
Dynamap stuff. He does a lot of forum stuff that frankly frustrates the heck out of me. Like I can't stand going in and modifying the node tree that we have that sets up how our forums are. And he does a lot of that without complaint. And so he's rather fantastic.
Without complaint that we have heard of. Rue.
I mean, he complains about stuff like snow, jobs.
Very, very normal stuff to complain about.
Yeah.
I would say.
Very
let's
benign complaints.
Let's wrap this up. We kept it going a little longer because we did start
or the
a
lack
little
of
later.
snow. Yes.
Or the lack of snow. Okay, that'll do it. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, sound effects on.